Back inside, these inmates are being transferred to another jail following a disturbance. The prison says there's been a significant reduction in violence against staff, but Steve has learned that one inmate was stabbed when another new recruit was left alone in charge.
He had no keys, no radio, and there's this violent incident that happened. He had to run along the wing and use an intercom.
And it's not the only stabbing.
We were told that the victim was stabbed about 15 times, 14 or 15 times, and he was taken to hospital this morning.
A few weeks later,
I had a bad day, but it wasn't as bad as an inmate who ended up getting his face slashed today. Ended up with about 30 stitches, so a pretty horrific attack, and it's quite common in the prison. There's a lot of prisoner-on-prisoner violence.
And the very next day, there's a riot.
It was a full riot, and the prisoners decided to sort of go on the rampage and start chucking TV sets and smashing cells, setting fires and flooding the actual wing out. I got called to the alarm, and very scary, to be perfectly honest with you. We had to evacuate, and we had to go and get riot gear on and go back into the hall and retake the hall.
Despite the violence, Paddy Quaig doesn't seem to realise the importance of searching for weapons. While he catches up on the latest episode of EastEnders, Steve reminds himself what a cell search should involve.
As a minimum, we will check the following: lock recesses, top of door, inside the door, light switch fitting, mirrors, air vents, sink tops, toilets, picture area, cabinet, etc, etc. Come on.
Steve's been told he's working in House Block 1 for the first time. It's a daunting prospect. This is where the long-term prisoners are held.
We were told that on House Block 2 people will talk about stabbing you, but they're just full of rubbish, they speak nonsense, and they wouldn't do it, whereas in House Block 1 they don't say anything, but they would do it.
Even when the sliding doors are working, they don't stop the prisoners moving freely around the wings. This is a problem because some inmates are able to roam between wings, which could lead to drug dealing.
It's just a two, mate.
An inmate barges past Steve into an area he's not supposed to go. It's a clear breach of security procedures.
What's the deal over there? Because it's like, this works really different, I found.
You can't even get a conversation going with the prisoners or anything there, but they just fucking walk about each other's wings and everything.
I know. Well, because I thought we were supposed to stop them doing that, but...
Aye, but there's that many officers there, just let them. To actually open sliders for them and let them out and let them onto another wing.
One of the positive things about Kilmarnock is that prisoners are not locked up in their cells for long periods. But some inmates in House Block 1 appear to have the run of the wings. It seems that some officers are too afraid to intervene.
Because it's all fucking mob culture, they're fucking big gangsters, but they're all big gangsters with fucking 20 or 30 behind them because they've got nothing to lose. Which, I think if a guy's buying the Yates and he's in for murder and he's not going to steal out a day, that's a dangerous bastard as far as I'm concerned.
Inmates have been making illegal homebrew, known as hooch. It's a common problem in most prisons.
You found any hooch yet?
I found the whole load last week.
What were we supposed to do? Because I think it was saying, like, don't report it, but...
Just fucking permit. Just pour it away.
I thought we had to report everything, though, for, like, that, compliance, where we get fined and stuff like that.
Aye, as long as you don't tell anybody you think, you pour it.
Steve has been told that prisoners found with hooch in their cells should be reported, so he asks his wing supervisor, John Lees, what he should do.
You know, if there's like loads of hooch going around, what's the best thing to do to sort it out? Because I'm not sure whether you just kind of like jip it off or whether you have to put it. Right. That's what I thought.
Just put it in a toilet.
Right. Because we had that guy, some guy in training, he was, I forget his name now, he's going about reporting stuff, and I figured that.
Yeah. It's technically it should be reported.
Right.
if it's reported, it costs penalty points.
Courts using them should be disciplined. So you'd think any blatant drug use would be reported immediately. But that's not the case when Steve and another new recruit smell heroin coming from a cell. They tell an experienced officer.
He said to the lads, you know, leave it out, it stinks in here, open the window and shut the door, shut the cell door. Didn't attempt to take any action, didn't attempt to take the heroin from these two kids, didn't attempt to place them on report and didn't search the cell.
Steve talks to another new recruit who also witnessed the officer turning a blind eye.
Have you ever had any more dealings with the old drugs in the cells? Because that was, I mean, I was convinced.
It was kit.
That was.
It was kit, it was been smoked.
What's kit up here?
You know,
They were smoking that in the cell, weren't they?
chasing the dragon.